hello and welcome along to episode 17 of Elsewhither, Tales of the Unchained. Rheawynne is currently off ravishing rabbits in Romania. An odd thing for her to be up to, but you never know with those goat-legged creatures. Jay is not very well today and hopefully should be back next week. In the meantime, these lovely people are going to tell you what the fuck happened last episode. What happened last episode? Rico, kick it off.
Oh, shit. We started sort of where we left off the previous session, which was defending.
How it works, Rico.
Yeah, defending Maztu from goblin attack. At the beginning of our session, I believe we went down to like the southern barrier or whatever you want to call it, the southern gate, to aid some spell slinging lady and some locals. And
a mediocre priest, to be specific.
Yeah. Yes, a mediocre priest. And one of the villagers died, who was like supposedly were they like one of the strongest people in town, and they just got absolutely destroyed?
No. He was the bouncer at the tavern, so he was big.
Okay,
strong,
he was the
but
bouncer.
He was nothing like. He was nothing special. He had no real fighting ability. He just knew how to pick people up and throw them.
He's just a big, strong man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely crushed. Yeah.
And so we handled that situation, and then basically were thanked and told that if we wanted any information, that we should probably hit up the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. We hit up the tavern and presented ourselves as the saviors of the town, and got to talking. We spoke to, and my friends here are gonna have to help me remember names, but we spoke to an old lady who I should say she was very venerated.
Marcy.
Sure, Marcy, and she sort of gave us a couple of leads. She suspected some foul play from. Oh God, what's his name? We had a meeting with him. He was a sneaky guy.
I think the NPC's handout section has a separate section for Maztu, so that should at least give you something to choose from.
Yeah, was that Arvin, the
so,
sneaky guy?
She suspected Solomon.
Solomon, that's his name.
Solomon, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know we had art from Marcy.
Handsome.
Oh yeah.
She suspected that Solomon had something to do with something because he was untrustworthy, and she also mentioned seeing a Tabaxi girl. Is that true, or did I confuse that?
She mentioned seeing a Tabaxi that no one remembered. She did not state a gender.
No, but it was a Tabaxi, and then no one remembered her. So we said, okay, well, let's go. Then we'll go speak to old Solomon there. And he wasn't old; he was actually a handsome man. And we went and found him sort of sneaking around, and we were like, "Hey, we want to talk to you." And he took off on us, as most police chases often start with. And then we obviously caught up to him because we were badass, and he's.
Didn't he drop something in the trash, like a wand?
He threw his wand.
That's correct. He threw his wand.
Yeah.
And his wand, what did it do?
It unlocked and relocked a door.
That's right.
Right.
His door.
No, specifically not his door. It's a once per day lock and unlock
Just on
wand.
anything.
But he said it was his door, but in reality, you worked out as a wizard that it quite easily could have unlocked any door.
Yeah, of course. And so we sort of did a little interrogation. Came to discover that. Oh God, what did we find out about this guy? Someone help me out.
He smuggles or something.
That's right.
He smuggles items and like works in silks and stuff like that. But he's ultimately like not that much of a bad guy.
Yeah, I think he convinced us basically that he was likely not the culprit, or even related to the disappearance of the mayor.
Yeah, he had like a slightly magical necklace of a similar sort, but I think in the end it seemed like it was a red herring and not really connecting him to the Tabaxi. I'm not sure.
If anything, it purely reminded you of the potential for the Tabaxi being hidden by a magical item. That was really the connection, as much of a connection as there was.
Gotcha.
I see. It was meant to be an actual clue and not a red herring, but
Sure, I mean it was a clue,
but we're dumb.
but it wasn't a link. I guess is the correct way of putting it.
Gotcha. So then we left Solomon alone, I believe. After that, we gave him back his wand. And then where did we go after that? Did we go back to the tavern?
Well, he told you about somebody he thought might be responsible.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
There was also a slight side moment where there was a very vigorous wine argument between Solomon's companion and who was one of the bravest
she was,
fighters in the battle. And,
yeah.
Rheawynne, I think it was, fought her for a bottle of wine while she was bleeding out and nearly dying.
Yeah,
they were sort of like...
She was a badass. Volya.
Yeah, that's her.
Volya, that's correct.
She's a changeling.
Where did Solomon send you?
Solomon sent us over to see the chap.
Is that Arvin?
It's the...
no, Arvin. So Arvin was another gentleman who was just the patron of the tavern, I believe.
Okay.
Is that right?
Arvin is the aide to the mayor. He was the last person to see the mayor, and he was somewhat connected to him, though didn't seem to have many details. We
were told that he stood game.
He was the likely person to be elected if the mayor disappeared, him or the head priest. No, the apothecary was
the alchemist.
He's the one holding the fucking
Gallon, I think.
Things. Yes,
Gallon, right there.
And you were told he mistreated his daughter. And at the time, you took that to mean that he beat her, although you were later disproved, and then it was a different form of maltreatment.
He test potions on her.
Testing stuff on her. Yeah.
Experimental elixir. Anything else on him?
Not so much on him, but I remember after speaking to Eileen, she was basically like, I want you to take me away from here, and I'm willing to give you all of the experimental elixirs that I have stockpiled in my bedroom.
Yeah. She also told you that her father was indeed investigated for illicit narcotics, but because he hid them in her bedroom, he got away with it.
Right.
She also told you that he met with someone. Can anybody give me any details of that?
Ooh.
In the middle of the night, specifically.
I don't want to just throw out Tabaxi because I don't think it's Tabaxi.
It was a male Tabaxi, very specifically. Because Eileen remembered the smell being exactly like Toothy's wet fur.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know it was male.
I thought that was female.
No, she heard a male voice, which is how she knew it wasn't how we knew it wasn't your sister. It's at this point that you started to suspect it might be the thief that stole the regular stuff in Vazra. Yes.
Yes.
Because some of the stuff going on here is, again, also sort of like magical ingredients and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, very much so.
But we still don't know whether or not that's related to the mayor's disappearance.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
No.
But that's in the end, do we think that connected more to the tunnels? Out to don't they go out to the water or something?
She did say that the tunnels go out both to the sea, and she knew that only her father and Solomon who had access to these tunnels.
We know as much as that the Tabaxi thief in Vazra does sort of live near or in the docks area, so it's not like a stretch.
He was on a boat for a sustained period of time, but the boat wasn't moving.
I'm not trying to push us away from the tunnels thing again. I'm just saying that sounds like that's going to be about that potentially. I mean, we can learn anything, but as opposed to the mayor situation.
Got you. I agree.
Okay. And anything else discovered or relevant? Moment did we finish off having just spoken to the apothecary? Was there? Oh, the apothecary's daughter, rather. I know you hid her in a haystack. She hid her in a hay loft.
Well, I can't remember if it was after that or before that we went and talked to the like elder that people like who makes shoes.
The cobbler, yes. He was
Oh,
the other
right, that was
person who
definitely
would
before.
potentially
Oh
be-
We
yeah.
left off talking to Eileen, so that was.
And approximately one of you, I think, DM'd me the boots you wanted.
I did.
I did.
I did.
Really? I don't.
I remember his name. It was Walton Giles.
I remember his name, but I don't remember anybody DMing me their boots.
No, I didn't DM you boots. God damn it.
Yeah, I
didn't receive any
You
boots.
thumbs up mine.
Yes, Jack was the one person I was thinking of. Josh, you are right, you did, because you mentioned something else.
You said something back to me.
Did I?
We talked about espadrilles.
We did talk about espadrilles. You are right. Okay, so I have not homebrewed any of these things. I just ran out of time this week.
Okay, I didn't send you a message, but it's because we spoke about it straight after that session.
Okay.
And that's when I told you which ones I was thinking of, and you said,
So-
"Oh, I'm really surprised. I thought you'd go for something."
I
else."
get a list, please? I've got espadrilles for Joe.
I don't remember what the options were.
They're on
Type
Walton Giles'
Walton Giles on
sheet.
the NPCs list, and
Yeah.
they're all there. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Rico,
I
do
think
you
it was
know which
climbing
ones you chose?
speed.
I know which ones I want to choose.
Which are?
The 8-pace boots.
8-pace boots, and I believe Jack, you chose those as well.
Yeah, it was between those and the boots of spring. I'd love to just like pounce on people, but like I can't not go for the extra movement.
Josh, you wanted the climbing speed ones, right?
Yeah, bits of climbing, please.
Josh and I. I will. She will get the 8-pace boots unless she tells me otherwise. Fantastic. Okay. I don't think it's going to be major that you don't have those things currently in effect, so you'll get over it. But it's going to take another week. Cool. Yeah, but I think that was
5 feet walking speed. So.
most of the things for last week. We will
I need to remember that. I'll forget that
town. It's currently
entirely.
at night, the evening of Maztu. What are we doing?
Oh,
I take this opportunity to ask Rheawynne about her backstory.
She takes this opportunity to tell you to fuck off.
More standoffish than I'd expected.
Yeah. Any thoughts, feelings, desires, plans?
I did use the bathroom roulette.
Fucking cop out, isn't it?
Just play on the toilet like a good player.
you would expect. yeah. You would expect that someone like that Solomon would know about the tunnels.
Well, you were specifically
he
told
did,
the
yeah.
only people who have access to the tunnels, as far as you know, were Solomon and
That's right. Oh, there you go.
Gallon,
That's why
although-
I probably think that.
Eileen did tell you that she knew where the entrance from the water was. You wanted to go down.
Well, we also, I mean, this is, I don't know if it's just extra recap or not, but like, the priest who healed me when I popped in the window, she does not like him.
No,
but I can't remember if there's something else we need to try to actually.
Because the priest
do about
knew
the-
about the way her father was treating her and didn't do or say anything.
Right. Okay.
There's also one big thing that I guess was missed, which is 90% of my prep for this week, which is that Gallon was smuggling something in from from a manufactory cache. Spell enhancement gems. And that's what was what he was potentially hiding beneath the whatever you call this, underneath.
Are they illegal?
It's not necessarily they're illegal. It's more a case of they haven't yet been released to the general public.
I see. I see.
So it would be like getting ahead of time. I think that was. I don't know why that would be Gallon. That should be Solomon, not Gallon's. And he offered to cut you in on the deal, and sell you some if you wanted them. Is that right? I believe.
Sounds.
I believe.
The idea of the deal sounds familiar. Again,
I believe
sure
he
who said
offered
it,
to cut you in on them if you were interested in them. So yeah, if you want to go back to Solomon, you have that as well as the possibility of him showing you into the tunnels.
Talking about the burrito?
Well, unless we want to just wander around and find more people who are hiding things in their basements around this stupid town. Let's just perhaps poke in the tunnels.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think this is a best plan so far.
I'm not sure it'll get us back the mayor, but I'm not sure anyone wants him back.
Yeah, people are really weird about that, aren't they?
But if he does not come back, then we do not get paid.
I suppose.
Rico, what kind of burrito did you get?
How the fuck did you know that?
It's the last word I heard before you muted your mic.
Yes.
In McDonald's breakfast burrito.
Oh, we don't have
breakfast burrito.
Actually, I'm not even getting the breakfast burrito. I'm getting the wrap, which is like it's like a morning.
The breakfast wrap is what I have.
Yeah, I do like the burritos though.
We don't have that option here.
Oh,
No,
they're
no,
like
they don't.
they're like really small little burritos with like egg and sausage in them.
Cool.
Amazing.
You usually get 2 of them.
Okay, so I believe we decided to not randomly wander around town. So what was the?
So we're gonna go to the tunnels.
Well, when you say go to the tunnels, are you going to ask the alchemist about the tunnels? Are you going to ask the alchemist daughter to show you down to the beach where you can enter the sea? Or are you going to go to Solomon to get him to let you in through his...
I mean, we left Solomon off kind of with like a friendly.
Very much so. I mean, he was offering to cut you into his shady deal.
Yeah, I think he would.
Yeah.
He could show
Go back
us.
to Solomon. Yeah.
I would rather start from this.
Yeah,
location
no, I
too,
don't
to
want to walk
see
all the
if
way down there.
there's-
Go back. Yeah, no.
Hey,
Yeah.
bear
See if
with
there's
me
like 2
one
ways and
second. It's gonna do a
whether there's
quick
any chance they were
cursory.
used for something else.
Just gotta add 5 doors, and then I am ready to allow you down into such a place. When you head over to Solomon's, you will find him quite relaxed, just talking to Valia about the battle, and sort of helping her nurse her wounds a little bit more, and drinking in a bit of a celebratory drink because they're not dead.
Hello.
I'm seeing him. He said, "Oh, got it back already. Wonderful. What is it I can do for you? You decided you were interested in that deal I spoke to you about."
No.
Still thinking on it. However, your assistance may aid our decision. Ultimately,
How might that be? What can I aid you with?
are we in his place? I don't have to like look around all shiftily.
No, you're in his house. Valia is there, so she would be able to hear, but considering she seems his business partner, she probably knows all the things that you do. Also, it's common knowledge that he uses the caverns.
Yeah.
It's not that's not a
I mean, even still, I would try to like keep it, between the two
respect
of
his
us,
privacy,
sort
that
of
makes
like,
sense.
yeah. So I would sort of lean into him and say, the tunnels.
What about them?
Can you give us access?
The parts that I have access to, of course.
What parts don't you have access to?
I suppose we cannot ask more.
They are extensive. They don't... everything.
But what keeps you from having access to them?
Keys! I don't have all the keys.
There's like Oh, there's like actual doors down there.
Most of it is worked, indeed.
Ah.
And
Or
that's
not
the
enough
reason why it
charges
was
on your wand.
why it was an absolute mess. If he looks at you, when he opens my door.
Of course.
Do you know what's beyond those points?
There's a path out to the sea. I know that much. Beyond that, not really.
So you just use them for storage, not for sneaking in and out.
He looks at you and he goes in. I may know of some part of the tunnels that leads away from it. But inland, not out. Not out to the sea.
Where do they lead?
Inland. A solid nod as if he's now given you the answer.
Mhm.
Pleased with himself.
You already said that.
Yes, I did.
I'll sort of tap. I'll tap Boxxo's shoulder. He won't tell us.
Many of my wares rely on that passage being unknown about for me to succeed in my business endeavors, you see. I have smuggled no mares down that passageway. I believe I am the only person with access. If you cannot achieve anything looking elsewhere, then I will let you. That
Oh,
part.
mares. I thought you meant a female horse.
Yes. No feminine horses have been smuggled.
Oh,
Ah.
this is acceptable to me. And I'll look back at my companions.
Yes, just the initial door should do it.
That's alright. There's a trick with doors, you see. You can get a really big rock, and then you smash it, and then the doors it's not in the way anymore.
Oh no.
Solomon, what's wrong?
Okay, Solomon, we're not gonna smash doors, don't worry.
Oh no! No! Oh.
We promise we'll go to the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I need you to hold on a minute. I've accidentally
Okay.
just broken something.
We all
no.
collectively put our rocks down.
Look, I'll show you down there, all right? It's just that currently one of the walls has just collapsed, quite literally. And you will be pinned into a tiny little area if the DM doesn't redraw it. I accidentally linked up two parts of it, and it's all one big line, so I have to delete the whole big line.
Oh, yo. While you're doing that, I'm gonna pour another coffee. Or actually, I'm just gonna get Renee to do it.
Wow.
He's living the life. Before he just comes back with a black eye and an empty cup. Anyway, yes. So Solomon will offer to let you into his little area, and he will tell you he knows of the way into further paths. Try his best to get. Meanwhile, talk amongst yourselves. Solomon is about to take you down. I don't know. Discuss the fear of the dark in the tunnels, or what you've done with the last tunnel you went to, or something else. These guys fill the gap.
Well, the last tunnel we went to was, I suppose, the Treasure Cove? Was that the last tunnel we've been to?
Satyr tunnel.
Pretty
Yeah, you
much.
also went delving in some mines if you're thinking about more worked tunnel. Looking for a lost boy.
Oh, yeah.
I do have my light now, but it feels like every time we're able to We're in the dark. We don't want to be spotted.
Yeah, that
Is
is running
your-
clean.
Banner, Toothy, always glowing? Or I can't remember if it's like when you
When we enter
It-
combat.
well-
activate.
I think it's always
I
glowing.
mean, you can turn it on and off, but
Yeah, but like I think I rarely turn it off.
Okay, so I can assume that
Yeah.
people are probably already able to see us much of the time.
Mm.
Which is fine. I just don't want to be the one causing it in the first place.
yeah, I mean, Solomon will also say to you, I don't expect there to be any beasts or monsters. Just, storage tunnels. I mean, okay, the odd thief or smuggler might use them, but...
I thought you said that no one else could get access.
Well, as I said, I have access to my part. I don't expect any beasts or monsters.
Well, that's all right. There's,
Sounds like they're totally inconsequential then. Let's not bother. There's no
That's
one or
all right.
nothing down there.
There'll be paintings to show us the way, right? That's a thing here.
You mean
Any
arrows on the walls?
No, not arrows. Like images, made with like paint and scratches and indentations and artwork to depict like what's going on. No, not necessarily a map. Just like it's like symbols and like you guys communicate weirdly. You like write out a bunch of long little symbols, and
You mean letters?
yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And like there's no pictures, and like there's no like there's like you use a lot of symbols when a big symbol can just be that. And I don't quite understand that. But then like you use just a few big symbols and you can create a whole like you can
Luther Nikolai, in the interest of saving a space, we use a smaller symbol than you saying. Otherwise, our books in our libraries would be thousands of pages long, with very limited information.
okay.
It's Jack trying to make it canon that Tabaxi speak in hieroglyph.
Not hieroglyph.
I don't think they write at all.
Yeah, just like drawings. Pictures.
So,
Pictures
our good
worth
friend-
1,000
pictures.
words.
Our good friend Solomon will lead you to this door here. Are you guys on this map? You are on this map.
We are.
Okay, and he will reveal a secret door just here, which should have worked.
Ooh.
Unlock it
It's
for you.
locked. Oh, there we go.
And open it for you. And all you see is a tiny little room with 4 very heavy silver metal casks in them. He will look to Toothy and say, perhaps you might do us the honor and just move those out.
Oh, yep.
And as you begin
Funnily
to shove
enough,
them out,
we-
you will see a...
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. Funnily enough.
Funnily enough, we use metal to make dye for the paints on the walls. So you even have the ingredients right here. I don't know why you're not doing it, but that's beside the point.
Right. Yes, metal. Really. The hatch, if you would, please.
Okay.
And once you move the 3, shoot, and they're really heavy. You sort of have to shunt them, like, pulling them along like this. It
Yep.
reveals a trap door, and he looks at you, Pietro, and my wand is out of charges.
Yes.
You do not have the same magic as the wand.
I do not, and neither can I forward the time.
I normally only go down there once a day. Well,
Is there an ordinary lock?
It is a mechanical lock, though it's rather incredibly complex.
Is it booby-trapped?
No, I wouldn't be so foolish. Would
Just
only
get a
hurt
really
myself.
big rock.
I'd like the door to continue to function after the fact. if you have a means of unlocking it. Gestures.
And I'm sure I can handle it, but Boxxo, if you want to try first.
Yeah, I'll loosen it up.
Practice, you know.
Yeah, I will do that.
Guidance, I think that's a thing.
Oh, sorry.
I think guidance is a thing. Let me just check.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rheawynne.
No, she has it.
I'm sure she does.
Not sure. I am finding
It's
out.
listed
sure
there,
either.
but
It's listed? Okay, great. I'm still
Mhm.
waiting
Yeah.
for her character sheet to load. Cool, she'll give you guidance.
Cool. Ooh, that is a 16 with guidance.
Okay, yeah, you manage to unlock the hatch, and you see a sort of very steep shaft going straight down with a little ladder. You may place your token. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
I see
Oh,
it.
there you
To
are.
the right, to the right, to the
Jesus.
right. Let me
right.
get
Oh,
me.
This is a small room.
I think I must have gone inside a wall or something.
Oh, you're within a barrel.
Oh.
Oh, get off me, Toothy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I may be squat, but I'm dense.
Hey, exactly.
Oh, come on! I think I've moved the whole wall, but will do.
I'm burly but porous.
Okay.
Does that mean like
Are
you
you
get
guys
more
good?
along?
You can move now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And is it...
Oh, we need Rheawynne. We need Rheawynne.
That's up to you, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
He will
grab her.
gesture for you to go down, and he will show you to 2 doors. He will gesture to this door down here, which he will unlock for you.
What a mensch.
And this door here, which he will unlock. Oh, sorry, you've come down in the wrong place. Let me just move you slightly. Oh, there you go. So yes, he will unlock that door. This passageway off, he will tell you, leads to... it's a very, very, very long, dark tunnel. But at the end of it, it is a dead end. That was his first attempt at creating a path to the inlands, if you will. If you will briefly come with me, move you as a group. He will also show you to here. He will look at the rock for a long period of time and then sort of place his hand on a very specific little bit of rock. And the rock area will slide open. That work? Yes?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
See-
oh yeah,
okay,
now it works.
great. Oh, it works as a door. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that. So yeah, you can now go through there, and you will see that he's got quite an operation in place with little mining carts that he uses to shunt about some stuff and some barrels. And he will say to you, "Well, before we part, perhaps you might be interested in some of these enhancement gems. A huge selection of them."
Are they safe?
Yes, most definitely. You'll need the little rings they give you. They're very cheap. They're only a silver piece each. I'll give you each one. He'll hand out just 5 rings to you. I have no idea how this will help Boxxo, but maybe down the line you might pick up. You can only wear one of these rings at any given time.
Oh, you have to be able to cast magic.
Well, they enhance spells, so it's useless to you.
Oh,
You
okay,
have a
I see,
spell.
I see. Oh, unless it enhances my alarm spell, like
Exactly that.
increase
Exactly
the radius
that.
or something.
You can indeed enhance lots of spells. So each one of you can wear a ring. Each ring can have up to 3 gem slots in it. And bear with me a second. I realize I've not published. Create this. Just make it public. In the meantime, if you want to explore around, look around in the caverns.
Where are you going, Vel'zekiss?
Well, James is busy with something, so I'm not going to ask him right now to put light on my character. But
I
so
can
until
put
then,
it
I
on
have
your
to stay with you.
character for 2 seconds. How much light do you have?
2020 light spell from the rain.
Yeah, you did buy that. That work? Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
That's alright.
Yep.
Otherwise, you won't be able to do anything.
Oh, also, James, I don't have a control over Rheawynne anymore. I don't think I wasn't able to
Okay,
bring
she's
her
not
in.
important right now, so don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. That's fine.
What are
if there's
these
any
little
fine-
things?
Where are you?
I think Jack knows.
Those are
but
hammocks.
Toothy does.
Yes.
What's a hammock?
Those ones.
Is this Tooth and Claw asking or Jack asking?
Tooth and claw. I don't know what a hammock is.
Joe is an expert in hammocks, so Vel'zekiss, take it away.
I don't know if Vel'zekiss knows as much about hammocks as I do, but I, the player, sleep in a hammock on a nightly basis. But what would Vel'zekiss say to Toothy? Sort of sleeping. And you don't have, especially good when you're out in the wilds and don't have a lot of shelter. Easy to move around too. Who'd want to drag a bed down here?
Can I just sleep on the floor?
If you can call that sleep.
Oh,
And
okay.
it protects from the dampness as well.
Can I interrupt you guys for 2 seconds? When you customize an item in your inventory, you can't change the actual text of it, can you?
No, but you can add your own notes.
Okay. So you can each add a manufacturing spell enhancement gem. The spell enhancement ring, sorry. And I can edit, I can create versions of these for you at any given point that have the actual text containing your spell enhancement gems, because I imagine you won't change them very often. You can take a gem out and put a different gem in. And at the moment, he only has first level and cantrip enhancement gems, but he has quite a large amount of them. These cover every cantrip and spell in the base rules. I haven't included the TDP spells as yet, but some examples that might interest you. There is a gem for magic missile that says when you cast a spell, you may fire 1 additional missile. There is also one that says when you fire a missile from magic missile, each missile does 1 additional damage. Those gems are stacking gems, so you could put all 3 of the same gem in, so you could have each missile do +3 damage. Right? But that would prevent you from ever enhancing any other spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you choose to specialize deeply into one spell, it could be very strong. Or alternatively, you might have Mage Armor can target an additional person. Longstrider gives an additional 5 feet or is a bonus action. Your Firebolt can add your spell damage modifier. Now, there is no real simple way for me to give you all of this information other than to share this spreadsheet with you. Except I'm going to give you access to every bit of homebrew I have. Let me just create a new spreadsheet very quickly that only has this page on it. I just...
When we've previously stayed in inns and things, has Toothy deliberately slept on the floor?
I've slept on my bed like I don't use a blanket. But I've slept on the bed because I understand what beds are.
Sure.
But I had to have that explained to me what a bed is. At one point.
Okay. I understand there's going to be a humongous amount of information for you guys to take in at any given time, so you're more than welcome to just flick over them over the course of the session, and then or on the break, or even over a week, and we will go back to this moment, but he will sell you them for the price listed. He will also offer you one free if you will perform a service for him. And that service is pretty simple. And that is that he knows that there is a creature that he has hemmed in a specific area of this. There are monsters down here, but just the one. He wanted to explore further down that area, but and the whole area has been sort of put out of place for him. And if you will do him the service of dispatching said creature, then he will give you 1 gem each for free.
Can someone wear multiple rings?
Okay, if you read the ring, you will have the answer to all of those questions. So I can read it out to you if you prefer. It says...
Okay, great. I've read it. Yeah, I've read it. You can't. I will give mine back.
Not only that, but... Why?
Why? Because my alarm spell isn't really a spell. It's like my psionic abilities. And so... I have no reason for the ring. And since one of these guys can't wear multiple rings, none of us have a reason for it.
Okay. I mean, you can keep it in the group loot. In the off chance that you
If
ever
you
at any
must.
point have access to a spell, this could potentially give you the option to enhance it. If you don't, that's fine. So,
I have a question.
If that makes you feel better.
Go on, Rico.
So the spell enhancement gem for one of them for Mage Hand says that you can move an additional. It can move an additional 30 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Will that also affect like my telekinetic shove distance?
I believe that is already above the base 30 feet, is it not?
No.
You can currently only shove up to 30 feet away?
I'm pretty sure I can move more because of my like crystal lodestone. I can move them back more, but I can't actually get further than the reach of
yes,
me.
it would increase the reach of your telekinetic shove as well.
Ooh, okay. I think that'll be the one then that I'll take.
Is your free one? Sure.
Yeah, as the free one.
But yeah, he will tell you that he's hemmed a creature right down to
where
the
are you
south
seeing
and
that?
west. I linked the spreadsheet in the Elsewhither channel.
In the Elsewhither chat, Joe.
Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking thing in Discord. Sorry, thank you.
Sorry, like it's a huge amount of information. I understand that it's a big distraction for you guys.
No
It was in
worries.
our DMs and it looked like it was the right place because it was my name and your name all over the place.
But he's hemmed up a creature in here somewhere, and if we kill it for him, he'll give us a second.
1 gem each for free. But he's given you the rings. So go ahead and have those.
I could barely afford the ring itself, so.
With 1 silver piece. There is group loot. Group gold, right?
Yeah.
This, I mean, you will find... As you travel throughout the lands, these spell enhancement gems have been rolled out everywhere other than Gallania already, and they are coming to Gallania in full pretty quickly. So you will have access to these elsewhere. You don't have to buy them now or forever hold your peace. And of course, they will later enhance higher up level spells. What you find. You can replace the gems at any given time, but obviously, not like as an action, right? Like over the course of an hour or so, you can take a gem out and put a different gem in. So if you want it to be set up one way or another way over time, you could be like, hey, today's my mage hand day, tomorrow's my chaos bolt day. I don't know. Anyway, he will lead you down to a little area. I'm going to move you all. Be ready. No, I'm not going to move you because it won't let me grab you. Okay. Can I move you now? He'll lead you down to here and tell you to that left door is the creature that he has put in there. It is a large creature that he thinks is some sort of lizard. Or lizard-like being.
Which left?
Left?
Well, I'm facing this way. I'm facing...
Oh, sure. West, then, if you prefer. Sorry, that door is meant to be locked.
I debated doing the same.
But who's west? Because I don't have a compass.
All right.
How big of a beast is this?
How are you guys on resources, by the way? Is this are you mostly spent, or have you got some?
I'm pretty spent.
I'm
Really?
fine, basically.
I'm
No,
also
that's
Because
not
it is still
on
like the middle of the
spells
night.
and
If you guys wanted to, like, there's no dire rush on this. So if you need to take some
Okay.
time,
Well,
I
how
was gonna
dangerous
say-
is the beast?
I don't know, but there's only 2 hammocks.
one for
Okay,
him and
what
one
if
for
what
Velia.
if what if I sneak on ahead to get a good look at this monster, and then we can determine whether or not we should rest beforehand.
He will tell you that since he got the creature in there, he has had the door sort of reinforced. He doesn't believe that the creature can get through it. So you could potentially shut it back in there.
Okay.
As in, you could have a look at it, and if you don't like the look of it, you can shut it back in there.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, just bear with me a
I'll
sec.
stand at the ready to slam the door shut with my mage hand.
Yeah.
My enhanced mage hand.
I'm pretty good, by the way. I've got like lots of slots.
I have 2 single for level 1 spell slots, and that's about it.
I've got
Okay,
a
that
1 and
new-
3 second, so
That's not bad.
I got no spells, but I got that new short sword of defense.
You might be
so
able to
my
handle
AC
this
is
better.
even better.
As you get a quick look at this creature, as you sort of open the door and shut it, and then take another look, open the door and shut it, as it hisses, poison sort of splats against the door as you close it.
That's a bearded dragon.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check to ascertain how dangerous this creature might be.
I'd love to. Can I get a guidance, Rheawynne?
Yes. and
Rheawynne, where are you? Your
She's on her
token's
way.
not here.
From anyone or
Yes.
just from also?
There's hundreds of things for me to deal with. Hold on a second. Sorry, what was that? Yeah, a nature check from anyone.
Okay, then whoever has the highest modifier
Oh,
should
not me.
probably get their guidance.
I rolled a
I will
13.
give guidance to. Well, is anyone proficient?
I am.
Yeah, to Vel'zekiss.
There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
Let's go at. My fucking Chrome needs to be redone. I can't. All right, there's the D4. 18 total.
Wicked.
Okay, yeah, cool. This creature looks like its bite would be very, very painful. But and its tail stab might be painful, but kept at a distance, it shouldn't be that dangerous. It does seem to have a poison spit.
What if we just open the door, fire at it, and then close the door? And then just keep repeatedly doing that?
I suppose that seems cheap, though.
We could
Well,
open the door.
sure.
I get
If
in
you
the way
want.
and hunker down. Nah, I can just get in the way and hunker down.
Because Pietro will turn to Solomon. We can handle this.
Yeah. And you just blast it.
He says, "Okay, you guys go ahead. I'll be there." And he heads back off to the room that he first led you down into. Yeah, if you wish to fight this creature, go ahead and roll initiative.
Alright.
Let's do it, boys.
Yeah.
It's
why not?
XP, right? Besides, you know you
Hopefully,
win because its corpse is-
1,150.
You know you win because you can already see its bones in the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think that's his wife.
Okay, whose initiative was I missing? Freya's? Oh, wow. Good job, James. Okay, I've currently got Vel'zekiss in first.
Yep.
Toothy with a 9. Pietro with an 18. Does anybody want to swap
Yep.
about?
Do you want me to go first so I can just move up
Yeah,
one
I
so
was gonna
can't get to you guys?
Hem it back.
But do you
That's fine.
want to take Vel'zekiss' or mine, and then Vel'zekiss can still have like an early turn to like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have anything
Yeah,
to do,
do that.
there,
Do
Joe?
that. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, I'll probably cut a dagger's it or something just so it's active.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
yank it in and out or
Uh,
something.
Come in.
Cloud of
Exactly.
daggers or whatever else is your choice right now.
All right. Well, I would have to go see what's happening. So I shall. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
This whole time, I was like, I think it's up around the corner. I thought it was like way over here. There's a whole room. I didn't know it was just sitting in a closet.
It really is. It has been shunted back in here.
Well, then, yes. Where's my? Hang on. There's my little cloud of daggers thing. Boop.
Okay, cool. And that just takes the damage when you cast it. Is that right?
Yeah. It's little bits of the bones that are there. That from something else dead, I'm sure.
Cloud of Daggers is a second level spell, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I didn't miss it off in my spell enhancement gems. Good. Carry on.
It is. 5.
Boo.
5 magical slashing damage.
Oh, any bonus action?
No, I don't think so.
Any
I'll
movement
just
speed.
step back out of the way.
Hey, Toothy.
I'm just gonna hit up one and take the dodge action.
Okay. That is fine. Boxxo.
Yeah. Okay. I will manifest a dagger and I will stab it at range. I will, yes, steady aim.
Okay, roll with advantage.
That is a nat 20 for a 27.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
I just rolled normal, don't I?
Yep,
Mhm.
we add the max.
That's 11, 22 altogether, sorry.
6, 18, 40. 40 damage total.
Nice. And steady aim is just the. Oh, no, that is my bonus action. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, okay. That brings us to our lizard. He is going to fire a poison spit at you, Toothy. For a nat 1,
Yep.
as it just sort of it just collides with the door frame, and then he is going to leap up. Does he take damage starting in this?
No,
ending
once
in
he
this?
ends his turn there on
Okay,
subsequent
cool.
rounds.
So he's going to move up, and then he's going to take a bite at you. And that is a 16 to hit you.
No.
How is your armor class 21?
It's 20 normal, and then I've equipped the short sword of defense.
Why is it 20 normally?
It's 20 because I've got the chainmail, I've got
Oh, it's shield, his
and I've
banner.
I've got my shield, and then I've got my banner.
So that should be 19.
Um,
You have the fighting. You have the defense fighting style.
And then I've got the defense,
Oh,
fighting
then
style,
yeah,
which
yeah,
has
yeah.
one.
That's
20.
how it's working. Okay. So you've got
Yeah.
lots and lots of +1s. You've got +3.
I just got a lot. I just got a lot of
I was
little
expecting your
bonuses.
base to be 18, and then you said my base is 20, and I was like, hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, my base.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
great. I love that. I've just rolled an advantage, so ignore that. That is going to be a 11 to hit you.
Again, no.
Okay. And that brings us to Pietro.
Cool. Pietro will. Let's shove it first.
Seems like
So strength save.
21.
Oh, you bastard. And then we're going.
It's the bastard. You tried to shove it, but literally, like you're pinning it out the room, and then you thought, "Fuck it, I'll just push it 5 feet away because I can."
Well, I want to push it back into the cloud of daggers, of course.
Oh, because you can move it on your spell as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna push and then spell.
Yeah, I get that.
Push, fail. Now we're just gonna spell the shit out of this thing. So I didn't like that it succeeded so greatly on its strength save, and so instead of a telekinetic slam, I will hit it with a ray of frost.
Yeah, cool. Roll a hit.
21
Well, that'll hit.
for 5 cold damage,
Nice. Any bonus action?
and we're gonna push it back 5 feet
Okay.
as part of my gravity well feature. 10 is only on the telekinetic shove because the shove moves at 5 and then the effect moves at an additional 5, whereas Ray of Frost doesn't move it at all, so I only get the additional 5.
I feel like that's just not what your thing says. Cool.
Isn't it?
Oh. Sorry.
That's how I've been taking it. Let's see. Gravity Well. Whenever you cast a spell on a creature, you can move the target 5 feet to an unoccupied space of your choice.
Didn't we give you something that said when you use Gravity Well, it moves an additional 5 feet?
No. You gave me something that says when I use Mage Hand or like the telekinetic shove, it can move it back an additional 5. Wait a minute, hold on, you're right.
The carry weight and strength of your Mage Hand is doubled.
Yeah.
If that's doing anything right. Yeah, okay.
No, it's not 10 feet. It's not 10 feet, I'm pretty sure. Because, okay, the shove pushes it back 5.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what the shove inherently does. And then with Gravity Well, it does 10. Because we decided that the shove is considered a spell.
Oh, I see. I was allowing you to shove on your
Shove 10.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh.
But I like, unless the spell moves somebody, it'll only go 5 because of Gravity Well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, 5 feet it goes.
Otherwise, it'd be really busted.
I thought your crystal gem said when you use your Gravity Well, it doubles to 10 feet, but
Oh, no.
it's not. Cool. All right, you've shoved.
That would
Anything
be
else?
cool.
Going anywhere?
That's all I got. That's all I got. I
Rheawynne?
will stand strong. Rheawynne will. Hold on, I gotta pull up her sheet now.
It's all right. I was just gonna make her toll the dead. Just leave it at that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Or she could create bonfire underneath it, and then it's sort of trapped in
Or
there
you
with
told
a
the dead
cloud of
about
daggers
some
and a
damage.
fucking fire.
And then I don't think she's gonna use a bonus action right now. Cool. Vel'zekiss, you guys are literally pinning this in a room where it can't do any damage, so I'm not gonna expedite too much. Vel'zekiss,
Yeah, I will
go.
simply use my action to move the thing. Is
Do the
it better
damage.
there? I think it's better there. And then if it comes up, you can shove it into it, and it'll be a new instance, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that I think means it takes the damage auto again.
Yes.
This time 10.
Nice.
Very nice.
Does Screech any bonus action, any movement speed?
No, I don't have a lot of sorcery points
Okay.
left, so there's not much else I can do.
Dodge,
Cool.
and that's it.
Hide.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
He's waiting for his moment, James.
Okay, great. Because I don't wanna steady aim. So does that mean I've got advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Cool. That is 17 damage altogether,
Screech is wounded.
and I will go back.
That brings us to the lizard, who is going to attempt to spit over your shoulder to hit Pietro. Pietro, that is a 1 for 9 to hit. And then it's
Will not.
going to try and bite Toothy. For natural 1 for 9 to hit. And
Jeez.
then it is going to tail whip. For 20 to hit.
Mm.
Full miss.
20 does not hit.
Ooh.
Yes.
Rough.
Pietro, good thing. Like I said, you're just hemming this poor little thing in a tiny little rubber.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, sorry, it would also have moved 5 feet up.
Does anyone care if I knock this thing prone? Would that be bad or good for
I
anyone?
think Joe would prefer you knocked it backwards so that it gets daggered.
No, I'm gonna knock it
Yeah,
backward, but prone though, because like
I
sometimes
think
prone
that's
is
not good for Josh
Yeah, right.
because of the ranged.
In that case, another ray of frost thrown out, and an unnatural one. I doubt that'll hit. But my bonus action will be to shove it back again.
13
That's a fail,
damage, Joe.
and so it will go back.
8.
Beauty. And that is it for Pietro's turn.
Okay. Takes 8 necrotic from Rheawynne. Vel'zekiss, you're up.
I'm just blending this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work when it's already in there? It's not great. So I will leave it there. Because I can't move it and move it back. I can just move it one time. So I can move it up where it would like go into it on its own, but like I'm not sure that's
Doesn't it
that's
take the
good.
damage when it starts its turn there though, as well?
No, it's when it ends.
Oh.
So like I might, I don't know if it's whether to leave it there and let you keep try to shove it back again, or move it up so that it like it has to go into it to attack Toothy.
Yeah.
I guess I'll move it up.
Well,
And it's in
you're
all
also
those.
missing an entire cantrip of damage if you move it up, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the alternative. Is I can do something else.
Yeah, do something. Makes
Yeah, I
it
might.
look cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, just back it, and I can push it back if need be. Yeah, exactly.
Look cool.
All right, so I shall try to chill touch it.
Great.
Let's-
Which chill touch do you have? Is it the legacy ranged?
Yeah, the old one, which
Is
is
it not touch?
not like doesn't match the name, but is
Much
the
better.
new one doesn't match the flavor at all. So, yeah, but I will Tides of Chaos advantage myself in this because I don't want to miss on something stupid like this. And that gave me a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
So if I can just roll a single here instead of the crit version, that's a 6 plus the 8 for 14.
Nice.
Necrotic, I believe.
Which was severely wounded.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
Hey, Toothy.
Dodge.
Oh,
Bonus action hide first.
Yep.
And then I will come out.
Toothy fills most of that doorway, so he's just lifting his arm up, and you're just getting dagger comes out of nowhere. Well, you just
Wonderful.
manifested in it, right? So it doesn't even it doesn't know what's.
Well, yes.
It's just lost.
That's a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit.
That is 12 psychic damage.
Okay.
Oh, chill touch is a melee spell now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that is me.
Cool. All right. Pietro, it's a 22 to hit you.
Oh, that'll hit.
You're poisoned.
I might-
And then he moves
Yeah,
up.
I can't even do that. Yeah.
Yep, he moves. That's it. You're just poisoned. It's just a poison spray. And then he moves up, and Toothy, he will try and bite you. Good. And then he'll tail you. And then Pietro will take a 10.
Pietro will sort of just wipe the poison shit out of his eyes. Bastard. And I will throw another ray of frost at him.
Disadvantage.
For a dirty 20 to hit.
Disadvantage.
Oh, dirt disadvantage. Sorry. I'll roll another flat. 20 to hit
Oh, 20 hits.
for 6 cold.
You're going backwards.
And we're pushing it backwards.
Damage, Joe.
Yep, just a quick scroll. There we are.
Describe
12.
his grisly demise.
Oh, beautiful. So I think, Joe,
Okay.
you want to take it or do I take it?
Whichever you like.
Go ahead.
Blend
I
it.
mean,
Your damage
You're always
is
more descriptive than I am.
he's almost distorted by your gravity shoving. His body's like all sort of warped, and the bones that are spinning around, slashing. Some of them become his own bones, ripped out of his body, slashing him to bits, and he is blended.
Yeah, he immediately turns to bones and lies down on the floor. At which point you can move in if you like. There are some chests here, and they are Solomon's. Solomon had found this area before, but they are not Solomon's chests. He doesn't know who keeps stuff down here. And in all three of these chests is the same thing: caltrops.
Mhm.
There are 300 caltrops in these chests.
Wow.
In each. What you gonna do with 300
That's a lot of
caltrops?
That's a lot of caltrops.
They're there. If at some point you wanted just to roll them down a hill, that could be a bit of fun. If you want to leave them where they are, that is absolutely fine.
I will take some on the off chance that I want to teleport them somewhere.
Take 20,
that would be
right?
good.
That would make sense because that's what when you add caltrops, that's the automatic thing. But,
Sure.
Alright. Do we want to take any more? Or do we just want Vel'zekiss
each?
to have 20?
Boxxo has no interest in caltrops. I'll give 20 to Rheawynne whether she wants them or not.
I'll take 20 actually. I can throw them on the ground and catapult them at somebody in case there's no rocks around for me to throw.
And then I'm sure you will go and report your success to King Solomon.
You know it.
That was pretty easy.
Looks at you and... Wow, you look unscathed. And it's after the battle. Or...
You thought less of us.
Glad you're not my foes.
I think I'm less tired after
Wait,
that
what
battle.
the fuck are astral caltrops? Let me just read these.
Astral
Astral
caltrops.
caltrops.
That's crazy.
Action, you spread these caltrops over a square area that is 5 feet on any side. A creature that enters the area must succeed on a dex save or stop moving on this turn and take 1 piercing damage. When this happens, the caltrops explode into a burst of extra planar energy, destroying the caltrops, dealing 6d6 force damage to the creature and forcing it to rise vertically up to 20 feet as if by the levitate spell. It remains suspended in this way for 1d4 rounds, during which time its speed becomes 0. If the creature takes any damage, this effect ends early. Exciting. They float 1 inch off the ground and a DC 20 to see. This is the new book I got, the Griffin's Saddlebag. They only released book 2 on D&D Beyond. I don't know what happened to book 1 or where it's gone. Yeah, when it said you could have 400 new magical items and a bunch of new foes, and then it's got 10 areas with rules for DMing, I thought, yeah, I'll just take the whole book for $20. Anyway, if you are going back to Solomon, you may do so. And he will offer you a spell enhancement gem of your choice. Josh, you do not wish to take the alarm increase by 20 foot?
No, it's not a spell.
Oh.
Yeah, I took it and flavored it as an extension of his psionic abilities. So, not magic.
Oh, you okay?
First of all, I'm gonna need to find a big rock because this door ain't opening. There we go.
Can I choose a gem
Yeah, of course. You can.
of mage armor, the one that increases the AC by 1?
Okay, just bear with me a second.
How do we add the gems?
Of course,
You
want
don't.
to.
You don't
Okay,
add
cool.
the gem specifically. You tell me what you want, what you really want, and
Cool.
make it what you want, what you really want. Just bear with me a second. I'm gonna have to go 1 by 1. I can't go 3 by 3.
Yep.
They're also like 25 and 50. If you actually wanted to just buy any, he will offer them to you. Price is listed.
Someone can have mine.
Yeah, he'll give you 2 gems.
Can you take out gems and put them in the same ring, or as soon as you put the gem in the ring, it's like
Yeah.
they're
So
for-
you can switch out the gems. It just takes an hour. So it's like unattuning or attuning.
Gotcha.
And they're not cheap if we're really paying for them. So
No, they're
Yeah.
not cheap.
some of them are. But
Well, I think the cheapest they get is 15, right?
Yeah.
here's a couple
So
of 10. But yeah.
you wanted the mage and
Mage
pushing
hand
30 feet
that
away from
increases
you, yes?
30. Yeah, and then mage armor increases AC by
Oh,
1.
you're paying for that. Or you take
I thought we
the
got
extra
2.
one. No. One person can have 2 as per Josh.
But didn't we get one before and then we get
No,
one after?
no. He gave you the ring for free and said if you did this, he will give you one for free.
Oh.
Empty, useless ring, free.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll
Just
take.
for
I think just the mage armor. Then I think is what I'll
Mage
take.
armor, okay.
Well, you can have
Which-
mine if you want. Someone should
Sure.
have mine.
Unless no one does. I mean, Joe, do you want the second one for anything?
I mean, go ahead. We'll
Are
find.
you
We'll
sure?
buy some eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can buy one or something. Which
And I
one did
can-
you want from the mage armor? The additional creature?
No, the additional 1 AC. Increase AC by 1.
Cool. And then Rico, sorry, guys, I know you've added this ring, but now you can delete your ring, Rico, and you
Okay.
can add the one that says manufacturing spell enhancement ring brackets. I've written Rico. Hold on, let me.
That's fine. Okay. fine.
No, I will fix
Pietro,
it.
Pietro.
Pietro is what I was trying to write, but my brain stopped because I said Rico's name out loud. Yes, cool. Jack, which one did you want?
I'll take the Shield of Faith, the one that increases the AC by 1.
As opposed to Thunderous Smite being able to push people 30 feet away if you triple stack it.
Yeah, I mean that's really good.
There's one that's
but-
hilarious because it's the Thunder Wave, I think, is literally it's 15 foot each time, so you can just knock people like the other side of fucking China.
That's awesome.
Which
Yeah,
was
but it's
fun.
just not thematic to my
No,
character.
of course he. That you can tell I'm running toothy, can't you? Of course. So sorry, which effect was this? The
one that increases the AC by 1.
as opposed to the one that lets you target an additional person.
Yeah, as opposed to the one that's double.
Shield of Faith. Which means you'll have 24 armor class when you cast Shield of Faith at level 5. Level 4? Great.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
Okay, so there is now a Manufactory Spell Enhancement Ring brackets Toothy available for you. As and when you get new gems, I'll just update your item accordingly.
Yes.
Obviously, Jay will have to decide next week, so... Go, Jay, Jack. My brain is just stopped.
I first have a question.
Yeah.
Question is the Chaos Bolt one that adds or that increases base damage by 1d8. Does that mean if any of the numbers on all 3 of those initial d8s match?
No, you will still only roll the 2d8, and then you'll just add a d8 of damage at the end. That might make it annoying to roll.
But it's also just not quite as good, which is fine. I might want it down the line, but in that case, I will take the Chill Touch spell modifier one for now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think...
it doesn't make it suck. I'm interested in it still, but I was just trying to make a decision quick, and I said, if this one increases the bounce chance, I'll take it, but if not, I'll take the...
No, that's why I didn't add a third dice, because increasing the bounce chance when you then get advantage on it bouncing again, like, it would just be crazy. So, I think you can also actually physically modify your Chill Touch at this point.
Possibly,
you
yeah.
can
I
just put a
can
flat
mess with
damage
it
on it, but you will find Manufacturing Spell Enhancement Ring brackets Vel'zekiss available to you.
Awesome.
And let me just check. Click on the touch and click Customize. Yes, you can just click the damage bonus up to 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, those are given out. Sorted. Nice. Yeah. You are now in the tunnel. Solomon will say, well, now that that's done, good luck.
Thank you, Solomon.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So, can I try something here, James? I don't know if it's going to work. But my cartographic earring.
Yep.
Will it give me a general layout of the cave system?
Yeah, a little
or does
bit.
it only work for above ground?
A little bit. What it would do is this. Don't try and move your character.
I'm not touching anything. Promise.
Please tell me I've got Explorer's mode on and this is graying out for you. Yes? Rico?
Yeah.
Giving you like a grayscale version of it. Okay, good. Because otherwise... otherwise this is a total waste of... Oh, no! No. Oh, dear.
I didn't do anything.
No. My Roll20 just closed.
Oh, yeah.
Go with the white screen. They're coming!
Oh, yeah.
Well, for my part, I'm going to have to completely let Chrome update here because I can't do any fucking thing. It just keeps breaking, so... Discord won't be affected, but if we do game stuff, I don't know how long it's going to take. Usually quick.
Quite fast on Chrome.
Yeah. I just hope it actually works. Sometimes it's just D&D Beyond, like, for over and over and over again, the character sheet will just, like, go all white.
There you go, Rico. You've been exploring. Oh,
Thank you.
Did I do this bit?
Thank you.
I definitely want that to be a cool effect of the cartographic earring, so... obviously, you might have some indication of what's in the rooms based on the Explorer thing. That wouldn't happen with your cartographic earring. So you don't necessarily know what's in these rooms, you just know the shapes of the rooms and the...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm just going to take Rheawynne off the map for now and put her back in if you encounter combat. Yeah. Where are you guys going? What are you doing?
I suppose we should look for the pathway down to the water.
Down to the docks, down to the sea.
Down to the sea.
Yeah, I mean, you have found an underground river that's flowing outwards, so
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty
I assume
obvious that that'll take you to
yeah,
the sea. If you want to have a look around the
follow.
caves for other clues and hints first, might be worth your
Sure.
while.
I missed the river. Oh, that was in the middle.
Just
Yeah,
above
yeah.
us, yeah, right above us.
Yeah, sorry, you guys did all travel here.
We can see now. Even.
So, yes, I lost somebody on the way. Your own fault. Cool. So you guys were gathered here.
Yeah.
Do as you please.
There are some rooms to the north.
You also know there was a room
Yeah.
to the southeast, yeah?
Yes. I mean, I assume that Boxxo would have already ran up there, but we can hit up here, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't think Boxxo did go up there. Did you, Boxxo?
A little bit.
There was a door at the end over here.
I am curious whether Solomon is simply mistaken that no one else has used these tunnels for the Maya situation. So I think we should look around rather than just ride down the river.
The DM thoroughly agrees. Please. I did not spend my time drawing these lines because they are unnecessary.
Well, in that case, let us check out the door that Boxxo found. Ah.
The door does appear to be locked. It has 3 locks, all at the center. 1, 2, 3.
3 locks.
Okay. I'd like to fiddle a little with the logs and the mechanics of it. Do they need to maybe see if they need to be unlocked in a specific order?
Okay, give me an investigation check. And are you, Rico, can you just draw an
Can I
arrow
help?
somewhere?
Sorry.
Draw a line, like measure somewhere, because you've got
Yeah,
yellow lines all over the place.
Yeah, I just closed the roll 20 though. So.
Oh, okay, great. That might solve it when you come.
I got a 17.
Okay. Not only do these need to be unlocked in sequential order, specifically 1, 2, 3. You do get the impression that there might be some sort of trap on the hinge of the door handle as well.
Okay, then I'll look to try and see if there's a way to disarm that.
Okay.
Maybe
So
like
with that
taking the handle
investigation
off.
check, it looks like when the handle is turned, it will pull tight a string and release something within the door.
Yep.
You can find out that something is a tiny little glass vial that will be crushed on impact. If you want to give me a sleight of hand check, you can attempt to extract the vial to prevent it from being crushed on impact.
Sure.
Can I, while this is happening, sort of have like my mage hand wrapped around Boxxo to pull him back in case something explodes outwards?
Almost
from the door?
readying the yoink option. The
Yeah,
yoink
yeah,
action.
yeah.
That's
got a
the yoink
cape for a
action is
reason.
everything.
Ready, yoink.
That's a nat 20 for a 27.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So not only do you extract this, you extract it fully intact, cork and all. I believe, but I am just waiting for the stupid circle to finish going round and round in circles on D&D Beyond. That this is listed as an acid bomb on D&D Beyond. Indeed it is.
Oh.
An acid bomb.
Add that. Whichever you prefer. And I will take the same sleight of hand check because you got a nat 20 to allow you to unlock all 3 of the locks.
Cool.
As you look in here, you see a varied variety of cisterns, alembics, large calcinators. You see a small table. You guys can all head into the room. You're not going to die, I promise. Oh.
There I am.
You see a table with various jars, vials, and flasks. Do we have a resident alchemist? Does anybody do alchemy?
No, but it's not difficult to say that this is obviously some sort of alchemist.
Oh, 100%.
Either way.
Nobody actually
But
took
no,
alchemy.
none of us. No.
No.
I don't believe
No.
so.
Okay. So
Stone
I
masonry.
will just take an Arcana check from Pietro,
Cool.
and a Charisma Arcana check from Vel'zekiss. I think who might have some basic knowledge of poisons.
It's a 19 on the Arcana.
Natural 2027.
Nice.
Oof.
So Vel'zekiss, you will be able to immediately identify that none of these vials have a completed potion or poison in them. They're all at some point during the stage of the brewing. You will also be able to identify that some of these seem to match up to these experimental elixirs you saw that Eileen showed you. With a 19, Pietro, you do find in these barrels vials of a herb that you can determine to be wild sage root. These are used in basic healing potions, and there's enough here to make like 40 healing potions. You can also chew the herb directly to get 1 hit point. So if you want it, the barrels are about this big, so they're very easy to carry. You can also give them to a
Rheawynne?
alchemist to get discount. No, she doesn't do alchemy.
Oh, that's
You
right.
could give them an alchemist to get discount on healing potions.
Yeah, we'll take we'll take at least one of the small barrels.
So there's 40
I'll-
sage root.
I'll sample some of the product, and while they're sort of chewing it,
Taking a bite would restore you 1 hit point.
I don't need
and
to, but
takes an
yeah.
action.
That's cool.
You will sure, but I mean, Toothy could eat 4 of them right now. Happy days.
Oh, you only got poisoned. You didn't get damage. I thought you took.
Oh yeah, I am
You are
poisoned.
poisoned for an hour, by the way.
Yikes.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Vel'zekiss,
Barrel
you
of-
also discover a ladder going up.
Yeah.
You know 100% this does not match up to Galen's house.
Okay. Well, these certainly seem like Gallen's experiments, but this doesn't connect to his house.
I don't have a map for it, but you can just push the trapdoor open, and you will find a very small hut. This hut is a little way out of town, and there is a very small herb garden outside with some rather frightening-looking worm-tongue petals they're used for poison growing outside. You can see various herbs in the process of preparation in the hut.
I mean, well, I was sort of suggested to everyone so that we can all participate in the investigation of it to some degree, but is it possible that this was used to drag the mayor out of town or something like that? Wonder if we can see any indication if he was through here.
Is anybody proficient in investigation or survival?
I am.
Both.
Probably Boxxo as well, yeah.
Well, anyone proficient in either may choose one, and if they have it, if you have both proficiencies, you may choose one. If you have one or the other, you may give me a
Shit.
check based on investigation. Or
I'm proficient
I
in
believe,
survival.
is it attack rolls and ability checks?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think I have disadvantage
I
on
never
ability.
remember which one poisoned is.
I think it's both.
Yeah, I can never remember. One of them saving throws and one of them's poison, and one of them, yeah. You're right. It's attack rolls and ability checks, but not saving throw.
Guidance on
yes.
someone?
Rheawynne will very greedily guidance. Never mind, she doesn't have that. She will guidance Joe and hope that Vel'zekiss has one of the two.
He doesn't.
Yeah, she'll guidance Jack. Hope that investigation
with
or survival. Toothy, you have either.
I've got survival. I rolled a 19, so
Right,
let me
go
roll
ahead
that
and stick your-
d4.
I think I've got a 21 investigation
One.
check with this.
Yeah, I rolled a
Yeah,
21 with
21.
disadvantage. Yeah, advantage would have been
Yeah.
an at 20 actually.
Okay, cool. So I'll just
Yeah.
take those 2 rolls. So I'll take a dirty 20 on the survival. You find many tracks here, but you're able to isolate them to only one creature. Gallon, you would assume, with his boots, and what looks to be a fox or dog that clearly comes in and out the building almost at will. Up there, but that is all. On an investigation check, however, with a 21, Pietro, you do find in amongst the herb recipes a small letter or note.
What's this?
It says, "I've persuaded the girl to do the job. She'll get him out during the night."
I will immediately present this note to the friends and say, I think perhaps we have a lead.
I got my head just like in the barrel of wild sage root, and I go,
This note says, I've convinced the girl to lead him. What did it say? To take him
specifically, it says,
Do the job.
I've convinced the girl to do the job. She'll get him
the night.
That certainly seems to confirm Gallant's involvement. But
Assuming this is his handwriting.
This is definitely not his handwriting. You can see the recipes are in a completely different font.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I was going to say.
that makes sense that he left it here. So rather than figuring out who the note was to, it's who wrote it to him.
Indeed. Certainly his involvement is all but certain. Sure.
What did he go to do when we were done talking to him and started talking to his daughter? Shit.
He went around to heal people in the town with his potions.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
hand
right.
out potions.
He wanted to be seen doing so.
Yes, exactly. So the man has an accomplice.
Maybe there's a secretive coalition to get the mayor out, and they're all gonna like run the town together.
Perhaps it's just a hired gun, and if we find this girl, she may give up the alchemist.
Think the girl could be my sister?
Why do you say this, Toothenko?
Well, there's a Tabaxi that got the that we think that got the kidnapped the mayor, and this references a she.
Well, then perhaps it'll be easy to bring her in.
Will they make it harder? Because I don't want my sister to be locked up.
Or convince her to give up her conspirator.
Oh, yeah.
You have a good relationship with your sister.
I did.
Yeah, I thought so.
Good on you.
I mean, she's a wild card, but she's really. At least I thought she was really, like honest and sort of, had a morals and stuff. But I don't know.
The world changes us, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not someone who exactly gives everyone the benefit of the doubt, but it's sort of we sort of have to wonder what this form this convincing took. When we first met Gallant, for instance, I was pretty impressed. Till we met his daughter. Who knows what this unknown third person told your sister, if it is her.
That's true. Yeah, sometimes you say some like really nice stuff.
It's not on purpose, I assure you.
James,
you should do it more.
do we know what is kidnapping? Sounds silly. Is kidnapping illegal? Yeah. Okay, then what's the punishment for kidnapping?
So it depends. So there is a big kidnapping a child would be way more punishable. But traditionally, especially a person of importance, it will be the person of importance who decides the punishment.
Okay.
And often that would
that frees Boxxo's conscience up a little bit more.
It would be to do with how they were treated. And often if it was an organization, the punishment might be a lot higher than if it was a single individual working on their own.
Okay.
The punishment could be anything from a fine to timing the stocks to a public flogging to murder. Not murder, capital punishment.
Murder!
Execution.
Execution, that's the word I was looking for, yes.
As the American of the group, let me tell you the proper
Yeah.
terminology.
Yeah, it's not murder if the government does it.
Yes, execution.
Or which government though?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So you would assume if you were to retrieve the mayor, and he had been kidnapped, it would be down to him what the punishment was.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'd have to
Well, you don't have
go
to decide
back on
it,
top
really.
of my lawful horse. Yeah, start thinking whether or not what we should be doing. Yeah.
Cool. You guys have really done everything in this hut and room area. This
Let's go up the stairs then.
big. No, you've done that. That's the hut.
Oh, that's
the alchemist
that's-
hut.
yeah.
That's the room you just
Oh.
investigated. Theater of the mind, crumpled note, herbs,
Yeah.
dog,
where we
footprints,
just were, yeah.
all of that thing.
Sure,
Off you
if you
go.
say so.
Yes, I have a mind to go back and try to force Gallon to tell us who this third person is, but let's see if there are any other secrets down here first.
Oh, let's do a hop, a skip, and a
So
jump
I will
all the way
just a
over
bit of
here.
information from if you will want to move up to where Boxxo is going to stay still, right there.
Boom.
Yep. I'm just missing Toothy, who is determined to move one square at a time. Jack, you're killing me, dude. Okay. Cool. There we go.
I like
Just
doing that.
just to give you a bit of a layout, right? So obviously you came down from. You may have noticed the map seems to be the same size as the town above, or at least a little larger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So, a little bit of presumption from there. This area over here is likely to be underneath the alchemist's house.
Mm-hmm.
At the very top, you'd expect it to be under the temple. To the northeast, you'd expect it to be under the tavern. Obviously, this river goes to the sea, and this river goes inland. You will note, however, that not far along this path, the inland, it turns into a waterfall that cascades down from above, which is effectively a dead end, because you can't climb up through the waterfall, it's too small a gap. That just gives you information. Also, on the left, you will see that there are some planks that had been placed upon the little islands in the water, which were clearly so that somebody passes that way on a regular basis. With that information in
Well-
hand, where would you like to go?
I'm gonna continue hop, skipping, and jumping over there.
Yeah.
When
Those
you,
planks over there. Yeah.
when you get over to where you are, Boxxo, you will note that there is a boat that is sort of not secured where it is because it's on land, right? But it's placed there, clearly ready to be taken down the river. It's big enough for maybe 3 at a push, but certainly 2 medium creatures would fit in it comfortably. Inside it are a set of oars and 2 bags, both of which look waterproof.
Okay.
I'd like to see the deal with this door.
Okay. Toothy, are you invested in the bags?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start off with the stuff that's outside the door, and then we'll do the door and go in, because inevitably, if we unlock the door, we'll look in the door, and then there'll be things to do
Certainly,
beyond there. Okay. In one of these bags, you find 2 fairly fresh loaves of bread. You would estimate them to be no more than a day old. A bottle of fairly cheap whiskey, and a small coin pouch with 16 coppers in it. In the other bag, you find a very, very fancy set of clothing.
Ooh.
More fancy than you would expect of anyone.
Even a mayor?
Even a mayor. Really by a long way. This is an outfit you'd expect on a nobleman at an important event in the capital of a city.
Formal wear.
Very formal attire. And in fact, upon further inspection, you will see in the boat at the front a top hat upside down. The end.
Is it how is it stored? Maybe you said, is it like all nice in here? Is there a bunch
So
of
there's two oilskin bags, both of which would be waterproof. I mean, so waterproof that you could submerge them in
Right.
the sea and then pull them back out and they'd be fine. and they're probably quite expensive on their own. You know, almost maybe a
Sure.
gold piece each for the bags. So really quite expensive, and the clothing is beautifully folded.
Okay.
There is also a couple of herbs like placed inside them to make sure that whenever they're pulled out, they'll still Roll smash? No, that's not what I want to say.
Maybe. That's going to be our favorite NPC, I know, going forward. Frel Smash.
What am I trying to
Else.
say?
We're going to look for him in every town.
Smell
Fred,
fresh.
thank you. Smell.
fresh.
Fucking. I cannot get it out. Yeah, that. Whatever. I'll make sure that it does that. Cool. Boxxo,
sounds like
give
a
me an
Star Wars
investigation check.
Yeah, I thought so too, Jack. Why is that?
Yeah.
I was just
it's a
literally about to go,
it's a
well...
Blup Shido.
Yeah. We have so many made-up names in Fantasy World, but that one somehow feels more sci-fi, stupid Star Wars made-up.
It does.
Oh, Frel Smash. Anyway.
Did you say investigation?
I did indeed, as you look at this lock.
I got a 13, but if that's a fail, let me know because I can do stuff. If it's a fail.
It would be, except it is more than enough to acknowledge that this is an identical door to the one you unlocked over the other side. And therefore, all you have to do is extract that vial of acid and then unlock the 3 doors. There is one exception, however. The vial of acid, to extract it, is the same process. But everything for the locks is in reverse because they are clearly usually unlocked from the inside.
Okay.
With that in mind, give me a sleight of hand check with advantage. So with advantage to unlock the door. So give me that.
That's a 19.
19, cool. So you can unlock the door, but before you do so, give me a regular sleight of hand check to extract that vial. I'm going to assume Pietro has readied his...
That's a 21.
Great. You can have a second acid bomb. You have now unlocked the door. I need you to move back for me to unlock it. I don't know why. It just seems to be the case. That the door is open.
Cool.
What's in there?
None of what's in here is what you'd expect from being underneath an alchemy. There is no sign of any of this equipment being alchemy equipment. Instead, you find 2 writing desks, one of which seems to have a series of bills and notes for sales. And going through these, give me a trade intelligence check. I'll let Pietro make. To discern the nature of what these goods might be that are being bought and sold.
16.
Rico, give me a straight intelligence check.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Yes, I'm here. Disadvantage.
Yes. In this room are a series of things that you're not expecting, but at the bottom are 2 writing desks. On these writing desks are some bills. You're trying to work out what they are for. Pietro, your intelligence check was?
With a disadvantage, 16.
Okay. So you can discern that at least some of these bills are for the rent of a building in Mazrea. Looks like a warehouse building, sort of, perhaps a dock building.
Financial documents.
And Boxxo, your intelligence check was?
A 16.
Okay. A lot of these purchases and sales seem to be to the Academy of Shah, and also to some temples in Gallania. And they're all sales of regular equipment. So, spellcasting focuses, spell components, and it won't take you long to piece together that those were the exact things that were being stolen.
Were stolen in Mazrea, yeah.
Tabaxi and Mazrea. You notice 3 names being signed. The first is Galen's name himself, which seems to be for the rent of the building. The second name is Bodlin, out like this. And the last name is Archibald. Toothy, give me a history check with advantage, please.
Me?
Yep.
Little old me. Oh. 18. Whew.
Yeah. So you would know that Bodlin, although not a name that your clan tribe would use, you know it is a traditional Tabaxi name in other lands. And to you, it would kind of translate to Sunwalker. So obviously, your tribe takes the name Tooth and Claw, or those sorts of traditional names. But some of the Tabaxi that are a bit more, I hate to use the word domesticated. I can't think of the right word.
That's a great name.
Cosmopolitan, there you
Word
go. Take more traditional names, but still using the Tabaxi old language. And it would quite literally mean Sunwalker, Bodlin. So you would know that to be a Tabaxi name.
Oh, that's a Bodlin. That's a Tabaxi name from one of the more, further east. Like more sort of, how should I say it, domesticated.
As you guys,
we're wild.
As you guys search the rest of this room, you will notice a few things. There are 2 very crude hand axes, a set of manacles. There is a very expensive-looking silver and gold chain, which perhaps is designed to hold a magical pendant of some sort. I want to be on TV, Rico.
Sorry, someone's upset.
And being taken away.
Yes.
Come here, crying thing. Yes, very crude hand axe. 2 very crude hand axes, a set of manacles, a very expensive-looking gold and silver chain, which looks like it's designed to hold a magical pendant. The magical pendant is missing. You'll also find a few bags and sacks with various different sort of oddities. Some of the oddities you turn up are 5 scrolls of minor illusion, 1 scroll of invisibility, a scroll of non-detection. In addition to that, you will also find a ring that casts Pass Without Trace. And it's only got 1 charge left. It probably had more than that originally. You'll also find a set of sort of soft-skinned boots designed for sneaking about, a couple of dark cloaks. All the things you'd expect of a budding thief. That being said, none of them are the right size for Gallon.
Too big, too small?
Way too big.
Too big.
As you look
Sorry,
over to
Gallon's too big, or the stuff
is too big for Gallon. And as you look over to our near 7-foot Toothy, and you think of little you're quite tall, Toothy, right? I haven't made that up. Made that up?
I thought Toothy was like 5 something.
You made that up. I'm like 5'6".
Okay.
But he's like stocky.
But stocky at least, and quite well. Know the Tabaxi tend to be quite well built, quite big of shoulder. Gallon's quite a slight man, a skinny man, and he's quite short as well. So you might perhaps assume that.
Yeah, Tabaxi thickens.
Yes, indeed.
I'll look over and be like, "Well, your sister is a rotund as you."
Rotund, like fat?
No, like a large, grosso.
Yeah, she was taller than me. She's bigger than me.
I see.
Yeah, I was the runt.
Good of these things be hers. I'll hold him up to his face,
Yeah,
assuming that Tabaxi can smell each other.
All right, I don't know what you want me to do. I'll have a look.
One thing is for certain: at least some of this clothing is clearly designed for a male. Not only that. Sorry, go on, Joe.
No, it's just like I can't remember if it was any more than just Eileen saying that. I don't know if we trust that she thought she smelled a male one or not. But she smelled
the wet fur of a Tabaxi. She heard a deep male voice.
That's what it was.
So no, she didn't slip out a male.
Right, I knew she knew it was a guy, but I was like,
it's just like I smelled.
What kind of potions is this guy giving you?
One thing that I haven't mentioned is this little thing here. This is wow, that's really not where I tried to draw those lines. This little thing here is a shipment that is clearly secured and ready to go. That being said, it's not going to fit through any of these doors, so it's going to have to be taken apart. But it's clearly one single shipment. And it's got a sort of chain lattice over it. Keep it all together.
Wow. Is it like pinned to the ground? Can we just lift the chain to see what's inside?
You can unsecure it. There's a series of sort of like just they're like hooks that you can just unhook and then put it up. And
Allow me, no chain has ever held me. And then I just move it.
In all of these boxes and barrels, you will find glass balls, copper wire, every spell component that you can, Arabic gum or whatever it's called, gum Arabica.
Gum Arabic, yeah.
All of the expected spell components. You would get one box is just full of sticks of incense. You find a series of wands, all of which are designed to be arcane focuses.
I'm stealing the manacles, by the way.
Okay. A set of manacles. Body tricks.
I think it's all but certain that the Vazran thief is connected to this somehow. These are all the supplies that were taken from... Oh shit, what was his name? Their names.
D'Souza?
D'Souza and Ashleen? Is that right?
I think
Ashleen had stuff stolen as well.
Ashleen is her name. Here you are.
Yeah.
And perhaps there's a lot of them, like way more than we expected. So,
but those are the only ones that we've. Indeed. Yeah.
With that set of manacles, you tend to do some party tricks for Lionel.
Either use them just for show or later attempt to gimmick them so that they can be easily gotten out of.
Oh, I like that.
How would have they got that shipment out of here? The door's really small.
Magical means, I suppose.
Maybe a reduce spell on the whole lot, but that would be quite unusual. You might also just assume that it's been packed like this for safety, and that it would then get unpacked, box by box.
And then taken out in smaller. Yeah.
Exactly. Last thing worth mentioning, Vel'zekiss, as you look up the ladder, you see that the stone has been sort of as if somebody's used mold earth or some other meld stone, shaped stone, to completely cover the hatch. You would know that nobody could get down here from inside the alcove.
I see.
Whether he's done that to cover his tracks or what, you're not sure. Certainly there is no evidence in this room except for one item that points towards Gallon, and that one item is he is signed for the rent of a building in Vazra. It looks to be a dock building or warehouse building.
I didn't take Gallon for the sort to have the magic to reshape this rock all the time. So I don't know if it's a special circumstance or if there's someone else involved who has more magic.
They have
give me an Arcana check, charisma. Did I get you guys to change your Arcana to just your own?
Yeah, you said
it. Okay, great. Yeah, so go ahead.
23.
You would know that a spell of to mold the earth like that, to maneuver the earth like that, to be so clean and so perfect, would have taken a long time. This is unlikely to be something that is done and undone on a regular basis. Right. It is probably a one-time thing. Is there anything else you guys want to do with this particular chamber?
I think we've seen all that we can see.
Good. In that case, we will take a short break. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Elsewhither. I just remembered that we're in an XP campaign, so we're going to go back in time. All the way back in time. First of all, you killed a lizard. You got 350 XP. Per person. After which you went to the east and you discovered the hut with the note, which gained you 100 XP. And at this point, you have now discovered that there is a direct connection between Gallon and the thefts of D'Souza's extra stuff, which is another 100 XP. You also found the boat, which was 30 XP. So that is 450, 550, 580.
Got 5930.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sorry, I just completely forgot we were playing an XP campaign.
No worries.
Me too.
Cool. I have to finish with this room, so go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan? What's the thinking? What's the conversation that is going on in and around this?
I think Pietro would sort of vouch for exploring more north of the cave, considering that he knows that there are also like alcoves and rooms similar to this one up there, or it seems like anyway.
Before we walk away from this junk, is there any? Because I don't remember taking it, but is there any way to learn anything more specific about the fancy clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they come from a particular town or a house or something like that.
The new culture skill I'm introducing on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, true.
I think I'm going to introduce it across every campaign at some point in time.
I think it's smart.
Yeah, I will just take a charisma check from anybody with a positive charisma modifier.
That's me.
That's not me.
That's me, but it wouldn't make sense for me to know this.
No. Is anyone a culture
12.
city person? Pietro, if you got a positive,
I'm a city
modifier,
person.
You can add your.
I don't have a
modifier.
positive. I don't have a positive modifier though. No.
Oh, okay. Are you
non
10?
charisma?
You're like a 0.
No, I'm an 8.
Yeah.
I'm a -1.
So, like, I'm not. I've roam around, but my whole thinking of taking the jeweler's tools things was like watching for who's rich and fancy in the audience to scam money off of and stuff.
If I had have said at the beginning of the campaign, here is a tool here is a culture skill that allows you to understand the society norm or different nuances in different societies, is that something that Vel'zekiss would have invested in? Right, probably.
I mean, I think probably, like, I don't know, it depends what came from where. Like, I would like that more than I like nature, but I think nature came from the race, and I might not have been able to switch them or whatever, but you know.
I mean, it's something that he would be interested. It's sort of like the insight, but it's to read a crowd or to read, like, situation, a societal situation. So, yeah, go ahead and add your the proficiency bonus to that. Was it 12, did you say?
Yeah, so 14 then, I guess.
Okay, cool. This is an outfit that if you were wearing it, you might be able to pass through certain places or attend certain events without question. Being in such an expensive outfit might allow you to pass the inspection of sort of like your average people would move out the way for you on the street. And whilst you can't say where this is from, you certainly know where it isn't from. Right? It is not from any village or town anywhere near as small as Maztu, or in fact, even bigger than that, right? You would know that this is probably going to be used in Mazrea, or in the capital. It's not in Muldariak, that's a fucking Shadowvale fortress. It's
Dimvar something. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there we go. I don't even know how that was the thing that came to mind first. So, yeah.
Perhaps we should take the clothes. Throw a wrench in their plan.
Cool.
I suppose it depends whether we intend to just eradicate them before we move on.
In any case, we have a very nice set of clothes.
The clothes do seem fitted to an average-sized human man. Certainly Vel'zekiss and Pietro, I think, could probably wear them. Toothy might look a little silly, but could get them on. You'd have to
Rheawynne?
cut them at the knee for Rheawynne. I don't think she's fitting hooves.
Oh,
or
true,
shoes,
yeah,
but
she can.
apart from that, you wouldn't expect these to be worn by a human. One thing you can also do with them is sell them. You would expect them to be worth in excess of 20 gold pieces.
Wow.
Like, this is a really expensive, well-tailored outfit. That being said,
Vel'zekiss could also use them for his act, yeah.
With your role, you would know that somebody who wore these, that they weren't tailored for that person, might look a little silly or out of place in comparison to the person they're tailored for. At first glance, you would assume that person is Gallon.
Right.
So I keep calling him Gallon. Is it actually his name?
I think so.
Yeah, Galen,
think
Gallon.
so.
Gallon, yeah, okay, cool. It is Gallon. Making this up. Marvelous.
I just wonder whether it's simply to escape general notice, or whether it's to sneak in or impersonate something specific. How is it general use for them, or some specific caper they have planned? Let's take them.
Cool.
I think there's a actual clothes. D&D Beyond for
Clothes
this.
fine or like clothes costume
Yeah.
or something?
You can go clothes fine, or there's actually a fine clothes, ironically, from 2024, which I think I prefer.
Sure.
Just the way it sounds. So yeah, fine clothes is good. What's the Cloak of the Sleuth? Oh, so many exciting new items from this book. I keep wanting to read them. Anyway, yes, fine clothes. You may add one set. Unless you're going downriver, I would assume that you guys are gonna pitter-patter up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't want to take Pietro and steal him. I want a measuring tool. Are you heading up this way? Okay. May do so. Okay. Obviously, you know that the way back into the place where you were with Solomon is this way. He also showed you up to an area all the way up there, but you do see a little path around to your left.
Yes, I noticed that.
You see what at first looks like it might have began as a man-made pit. If you can't see it, move so that you can. And then the further you look, the more it looks like they might have started the digging, but they certainly didn't finish the digging. As it falls vastly deep. You can see somebody has tried to put a sort of a little barrier around this and then given up. Because more of it might have sunk away. The barrier sort of would have passed about here.
I'm gonna pick up a small rock, and I'm gonna put it in my chroma cloth sling, and ignite it with fire, and then I'm gonna like aim it down the hole so that I can watch the fiery pebble and see how deep it is.
It passes beyond your vision long before you hear any noises. And then you hear just in the very distance a bit of a clonk and a bonk. And then a random long grey-haired man appears out of nowhere and says, "Fool of a took! Put yourself down there next time." Yeah, you get it. It's very, very, very deep. Pietro, if you give me a stone cunning check,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Please, on this.
Yes,
Also, if you could undraw your yellow line at some point when you.
I certainly will. Yeah. Better?
Never mind.
Did it go away?
No, it really needs to. They really need to fix this.
I didn't
silly.
even.
No, yeah, I can see your new one. I just can't get her your old one. Whatever, doesn't matter. At least wherever it was 52.5 square feet.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
enough. I can click it. I don't know what that is.
I can't. We can't see it. I think only you may be able to see it.
Yeah, but I can.
Artist,
click
I
it.
can't see it.
Like,
Interesting.
I can control it, but I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your stonemason's check?
Only an 8, but I'm gonna throw in this D4 inspiration because why not?
The one who falls and gets up is stronger than the one who tries. Do not fear not trying. We've had this many times. It is.
Of course,
simple.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
4 though.
You would
So
know this
12.
is not caused by a creature, but instead a natural thing in the land, as if sort
A
of. If this
sinkhole,
was,
basically.
yeah, if this was at ground level, if you would, you might think of it as quicksand. That is then that effect has just continued and continued and continued and deeper and deeper and deeper. It has ebbed deep into the earth.
Pietro will also shake his head at the shoddy guard and sort of just mutter to himself, "These are very unsafe working conditions." And I will try to pull Boxxo back because I'm afraid that the sinkhole may.
If anything, it does point out the lack of use of this part of the area. Like nobody's really bothered to go down there except to go, "Oh, that looks a bit dangerous. Never mind," and leave.
Yeah. I don't think that it's worth going down. We should vacate this area. We might
Okay.
take a tumble that we cannot climb back out from.
I could climb out of it.
I mean, if you wish, but I don't think there's anything down there worth a while.
So if you fall in, I shouldn't magic you back up.
You should save that for yourself.
At the very least, tie a rope around yourself. And make a toothy carry you.
I think he's already left. We've just been left.
What was
behind.
that? What was that?
Nothing. It's an apple.
Nothing.
Come, I think there's more things to do the north here.
Cool.
Okay. As you get up here, you see a little bit of worked stone just to the left, which looks like it has been very, very recently done. Along the way, as you look around a little bit to the edge, you see a little bit of sort of wooden barricades being placed.
Let's have a look-see then.
Yeah, you can go down there, I think. You can walk down there, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a number of barricades being placed quite firmly. The path leads to the west, which you would know is along the coastline. Perhaps not directly to see. Just here, you find what looks to be a feasting table. Of some sort.
Oh, we can just sort of bypass the barriers pretty easily?
Yeah, very easily. You can just step
Oh,
around
okay,
it.
sorry. I thought we had to
They look like they're designed for like a
down
pitched
something.
battle or something. This table here looks very hastily erected, and it's a very like base level table with 3 seats around it, designed for somebody much shorter than you. Perhaps somebody 3 foot tall at most, maybe 3.5 foot tall. There is half a skewered
Boxxo.
rat. There is half a skewered rat on one table. And 2 very cheap tin mugs. The whatever remnants of the liquid in there is foul and looks like it was always foul. It is not something newly foul.
I think maybe that the goblins found the tunnels, and then this was goblin, just in case anyone tried to escape. This was like their little like, hey. Just in case you try to escape, we have a plan. As in these little barricades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
You guys think? Do you think at all?
I think this is possible. Is this door locked here below us?
Yes, and most specifically, there is very little sign of any lock from the outside. It looks like it's locked from the inside. You could force it, but you know that you can't sort of delicately unlock it so that it remains intact. You'd have to force it down. The path continues to the west here for a little way. You know that it's not far till it comes out above land. And it does indeed look like someone's tunneled down. This entire area is recently done. In fact, yeah, I've just realized I put this as a locked door, but this isn't technically a door. This is like a worked bit of wall that you're at the back of. You'd be busting
I
in.
see,
Yeah.
I
You'd be
see.
smashing
I
it
see.
down.
Oh well. Let's get a big
Can't
rock.
see through, right?
Yeah. If you do the honors, Toothy.
Right.
I need to see exactly
Found
where this
myself a big
correlates
rock.
to, so just... yeah, you can give me an athletics check to smash it down, if you wish.
Smash it.
Oh, I missed the first one. I got a natural 1 for a 7.
I've just realized there are guns in my town. In one of the rooms.
Gun.
Oh,
I don't need an attack roll. It's an athletics check. Yeah, give it another go. Shunt with a guidance.
Okay. That's better.
That's
A
more like
25 without the
Yeah.
guidance.
You sort of, this time, really shove inwards and you are able to break into this cellar. And indeed, it does appear to be a cellar. It's a cellar to the blacksmiths.
To the blacksmith.
Down here are stored some vats of working oil, and some coal for the fires, and handles for weapons. Just handles. Nothing else.
So when people say that only certain people have access to the tunnels,
Well, technically, this never did
They're
access
lying.
the tunnels. This was just
Yeah,
a
this
cellar.
was just a cellar for
this
Gil. I think we
was
just
just a
busted the wall to
cellar.
the
Yeah, he
poor
just broke
blacksmith shop.
Yes.
sorry, Mr. Blacksmith.
That's good that he knows now that his wall
Goblins
was
are
backed up
tunneling
to...
past his walls. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yes, no, nothing more interesting than that.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, now I suppose, do we go out or continue through the cave?
Please don't go out.
All right then.
I don't
Is there any magic to fix this? I feel bad now.
We have mold earth.
Let's see.
Molder. I have molder. I can molder
You
it.
can at least fill it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crude
What?
enough as opposed to worked. Right, Goncho?
No, I'm just trying to figure out from the various access points what it was that would have stopped the goblins from using this to get into the town.
There is no path upwards
His
without a
locks.
door between.
Yeah, right. It's some of the locks that what's his face let us through in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. This might be. This will be fine.
Very
We can-
good. Let's go.
Yep.
Sorry, just give me a second. I'm just trying to work something.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yes. That's going to be annoying. Okay, I'm just going to have to tell you when you get to here. On your right, I made a mistake when I did the dynamic lighting. On your right is like a thin creviced wall, but it's an arch. You could pass underneath it through the water. But I will have to physically move you over there. There is also a large iron door that looks sturdily built over there. It has a little sort of dark red emblem at the top right of it, which looks like it is magical in nature.
Let's look at that.
Hell yeah.
The thing that's trying harder to stop us is the thing that intrigues me more.
Veli and Dorocco, you can give me the Arcana checks.
Arcaning.
Valley. That's a good one.
It felt like me.
22.
Pietro with disadvantage.
Oh well. Certainly.
Let's use like Rheawynne's last spell to lesser restoration you.
It'll be a 15.
Does Toothy have no
15.
lay on hands?
Oh yeah, I can cure your poison.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that would be
forgot
lovely.
You can do that with lay on hands.
Fine.
that would be lovely.
Yeah.
I
Regardless
just,
of-
I just wasn't going to help you, to be honest. I was just waiting for somebody else to do it.
There you go.
Love that.
Thank you.
15, yeah?
Still a 15 though. Yeah, the second roll was the nat 20.
Pietro with a 15, you ascertain this is a glyph of warding. And triggering it would hurt a lot. Vel'zekiss, however, this somebody is not very bright. And this could be triggered by, it isn't triggered by like human touch or anything, it is merely triggered by being touched. Which the door opening will definitely trigger, but you could potentially just throw a rock at it.
I see.
Go 22, you'd work that out.
You should be able to set it off from a distance.
Can we shoot an arrow at it?
That
Don't
will
waste-
probably do it, or
Don't waste an arrow.
just have a pebble over or something.
Yeah.
Or a spell.
Do I know how far away I need to be?
Or one of
30 or 40 feet, but don't worry too much about it. I will say that you will move
Imagine
away.
we went over there. Yeah.
And then, when you hit the spell, the entire door is blasted to smithereens. it would have been
Whoa.
sort of like a 12d6 of damage, or a door opening ability. And you will find on the other side of the door, as soon as you see it crumble to pieces, you did see like a crank lever, which would have opened the door. This is well beyond anything you would have expected from this sort of area.
This is,
Can't hear
No,
anything.
no mere smuggler's den.
no, this is it's quite an intricate mechanism here.
Whoa. Still can't hear anything.
Toothy, perhaps you should take the lead. And if he didn't hear me, I'll scream it into his ear. Push him in front of me.
You guys can head on
I'll
through.
smile. I'll
Draw him
smile.
a picture.
Yeah, I'll smile and nod.
Okay. As you look down to the right, you see a chamber pot. You can smell it as well. As if somebody has been here not that long ago. That being said, the area does look like it might open up a little more than just that. As you peek through as well, Toothy, you will catch the edge of what looks to be a fairly elaborate set of sort of wooden rafters. If I'm just going to put Boxxo up here just so that you can see. Boxxo, beyond this area, there is also a lever that may have activated that door from a distance. Quite intricately done. Yeah. You move in. Everything shows signs of recent work. From the walls that look like they've been recently patched up to different chests and areas up to the northwest. You see this sort of wooden, two-layered area that somebody has clearly built. And Pietro, you'd immediately note that there has been some magic involved in the creation of this. Just so that you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm going to make sure that I'm indicating this area up here for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see a worksman's desk across the bottom here with a very, very elegant-looking light crossbow on the table. Maybe magical. Definitely beautifully well made. In addition, you find a couple of vials of hardening oil. And a 50-foot hempen rope. You can see up on the higher levels that there are crates and different things used up there. As you passed by here, you did see a living area down to the south. What are you guys up to?
Well, mainly I want to be looking in all the spaces we're in here to see if there's anything that leads upwards to see whether it matters if we work out what it's under or not. Like, if the door that we came through was the only way in and out, then it doesn't necessarily connect to who's above it, but...
Certainly you don't see a way up to the top, although you do see what appears to be an attempt at burrowing into the ceiling from this wooden area up the top. But it has clearly failed. Pietro, with your cartographic earring, you would know that this is directly this area here is directly below the mayor's house.
Oh, we sit below the city hall.
Someone has tried to tunnel into his house.
Oh, I can hear again.
I think perhaps we found the place that the mayor was taken from.
Well, no, because it doesn't actually go in, right?
Oh, it doesn't
It's an
complete?
attempt
Oh, I see.
But the stone was clearly too strong, or there wasn't the sufficient infrastructure to get in.
Yeah.
So this was an attempt.
It's a rather elaborate attempt.
Yes, I would say so. A plan this extensive that failed to only be replaced by a we grab him and we leave the town through a tunnel. I mean, that's... Or tease him, or whatever they did.
I heard a man once say crime is opportunistic.
Remind me, James, of the third name on the rental agreement.
Archibald.
Bodlin, Archibald, and Gallon.
So Archibald, we don't know Archibald.
Yeah, don't know Bodlin.
Well, but we made the connection of Bodlin to
Archibald is a fairly aristocratic name.
Yeah. And the mayor's name is.
I don't think you've
I don't
actually
recall.
asked that at any point. But his name is Mycellus.
Mycellus. Okay.
Check for that. Yeah. Cool. There is a living area to the south as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Where was this magical light crossbow, by the way?
The crossbow on the table.
Right on the table?
I think there's genuinely an actual crossbow on it.
Yeah,
It's a grappling hook.
It looked to be a grappling hook.
grappling
though,
hook.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
thought it was a crossbow when you said it.
I wasn't all that
When I
zoomed in.
zoomed.
Yeah.
I'll take it as
Well, it's a
crossbow.
crossbow now. Okay. Amazingly, it'll stay perfectly in place if you take it, though. Yeah, you want to take
I will
it?
take it.
Cool.
Certainly.
I just gotta remember exactly what this is called.
Gonna stay here just in case there's anything important. You can go on further if you would like, Josh.
Yes.
Well,
it
guess.
is a star shot crossbow.
Starshot.
Star shot, you say?
Mhm.
Well, needless to say, Pietro is pretty enamored by this, so I let those guys handle whatever's down there, while I slowly walk towards them, inspecting this crossbow.
Pietro,
Ladder.
come here. There's a ladder.
Just for your all benefits, this I will ping this to VTT. There's a lot of texts. You can tell.
Whoa.
Wow.
Basically, it can do an additional 2d8. It can
Oh.
allow you to regain hit points, and it can make you invisible for a turn with 3 charges.
Oh.
It also creates its own ammunition magically and counts.
Holy shit.
It does a cool thing 3 times a day, and for once, it actually reloads.
Mhm.
Just to make it very clear, this ladder literally goes up to the top of this cage. It does no more. And you can see that this fairly intricately locked door has been sort of like almost disregarded, as after a while it appears that the creature has been climbing up over it and then letting himself out. The door is only locked from the outside. From the inside, there's simply a slide across bolt. So you can, Boxxo, if you wish, try to extract the bolt from this side. Alternatively, you can just climb over and then unlock it from the
Sure, I'll climb over.
So you just go up the ladder, jump on down, and then in you are. This is a fairly well-appointed little room. On the desk, you find a series of different things being written. There is a rather elegant bed with a brand new plush duvet. There's a large rug on the floor. There are bookshelves on the bottom left of the room, which Boxxo climbed over. A large footlocker sits next to the bed. And yeah, there's things open on the writing desk. What and where and who and
I'll check the locker for any traps or any locks.
no, it's all actually slightly open. A sleeve of a coat comes through it.
Okay.
In here, you will find approximately 10 different outfits. You find an outfit of a common worker. You find a butcher's outfit. You find what appears to be some sort of guard's clothing. Some traveler's clothes. One many-pocketed apron that could resemble an herbalist or alchemist's. You find a set of priest's vestments. A deep blue mage's robe. None of them are magical, but they are quite obviously costumes. Somebody utilizing different disguises. There are 10 different disguises in.
Same fit as the clothes we found before.
They would fit all 3 of you, but be large on any of you. Maybe not Pietro, you're quite built out, and I think you're quite tall as well, Pietro, is that right?
Yeah, like a little over
6
6 feet, yeah.
Yeah, so these would probably be a good fit for you.
Is anyone thinking about wanting these clothes?
No, I was just trying to figure out if it was the same
No
person.
particularly my style, but
Perfect. Then I would like to take out my acid bombs. And I would like to pour a little bit of acid on each of the garments. That way, if we ever bump into someone who has a little acid hole, in their clothing, we will know that that is the person.
I like it. Are you trying to
Wearing
burn
these
them all in a very
clothes.
specific place in a bit of a distinctive
Yes.
place?
Yeah,
Yeah, but obviously, in an attempt to also not have it be, massively noticeable.
Okay.
maybe in the small of their back or something, like
Yeah.
in their shoulder blades.
The crotch.
That won't work for everything because a couple of
Yeah,
places, like for example, the herbalist's apron is just an apron, so you can't put it small in the back on that.
Yeah.
But yes, a distinctive marking in each of them. That is quite easy for you to do. Give me a sleight of hand check to not hurt yourself in the process. That acid is very volatile.
That's 24.
Vel'zekiss, you're approaching the desk, are you?
Yeah, sure.
You find a little, what looks like a sort of note-taking book on the left. On the right is a blueprint of the town above you. And then there is also a sort of work-in-progress extensive map, the dock district of Vazra.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And it works its way right up to the merchant quarter, where you do see marked buildings, D'Souza's and Ashleen's are two of them.
Handwriting on the notes. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything, but
Does it
match the
crumpled
conspirator
note?
from the note before.
Give me. Does anybody have calligrapher's tools?
No.
Yeah, an investigation check with disadvantage.
I have cartographer's tools, but
The
not
reason
calligraphy.
why in this book it's difficult to know is that there are not actual like notes. Instead, you've got like a single number, a single letter,
Shorthand, basically. like
and then some strange little line symbols.
No, I'm not going to use a
Shorthand.
card.
You remember something Toothy was talking about to you earlier? Talking to you about earlier. They don't use writing.
Oh, Tabaxis don't use writing. You're right.
Some of these appear to be. It's a mixture. It's a sort of bastardization of Tabaxi imagery and common letters and numbering, combined with what appears to be some sort of like intricate code. Even with all three of you having bits of knowledge, it is very clear that these are very personalized notes that refer to something that perhaps you're missing a part of.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you do note is there are numerous mentions of different places on the map of Vazra. And in fact, there is one building that is referred to over and over again, which, looking at the map, looks like it might be a boat shed.
Mm-hmm.
That building is certainly referenced a lot.
This is all coming together.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a smell in this cave or in
Yes.
this part of the cave?
Absolutely. There is the smell of smoked pipeweed. Indeed, you find a small curled up pouch of the same pipeweed and a smoking pipe on the desk.
But not that sulfurous
Give me a
smell that we
perception
smelled. Yeah. I'm not very good at these, but I'll try.
If you want to nominate somebody else, you can.
I got it. It's 18.
Okay. Yeah. Whilst there is extensive pipeweed smoking, you do see a couple of scorch marks. Not here, but back out in the other areas. You saw some scorch marks on the wall that could resemble brimstone or sulfur.
Mm-hmm.
You do also see some covered items over to your left.
Oh, outside.
Those three. Yeah. Now,
Pipeweed.
I'm not clever enough on D&D Beyond to be able to unveil these on Roll20, sorry.
Yeah.
However, you can. And under one, you find a cage-like contraption, which appears to have magical bars, preventing specifically teleportation in or out of it. This cage is not big enough for a humanoid, is perhaps only 2 by 2 foot. Sort of thing you might imprison an imp in,
Small
or
animal?
some other sort of fiendish familiar for trying to punish it or keep it face. Under the second, you find an organ of sorts, a sort of like a musical organ that is cranked like this. that appears to play tunes. It's a very odd item to have kept here. And indeed, it has many different tunes when cranked. And you see many different scorch marks and brimstone marks on that crank. And under the third cloth, you see a cage big enough for a human. There is no magic on it at all. They wouldn't be able to do much in there, but certainly you could.
No mirror inside it?
Temporarily. No, not inside.
Okay.
Harry. Vel'zekiss, as you look at this cage, give me an both cages actually. You're proficient with thieves' tools, aren't you? Right?
I am.
Yeah, give me a thieves' tools check. This is something that you, with advantage, this is something you should understand.
So I don't actually have a check for that. What do you want me to use?
It'll be a dex check with advantage plus proficiency modifier.
Yeah.
Sure. That'll be my stealth, equal to my stealth then.
Just a note, we are overrunning a little bit for the time we would normally cut off for Jay. Does anybody need to go in the next 25 minutes? You do? Okay. Yeah, cool. All right, we will roll it to a stop in a moment.
20.
Yeah, this cage is rigged so that it can be escaped from quite easily, though it looks nearly impossible.
The human one.
Yes. It is clearly a trick cage of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And you would also know that it's a sort of cage that you might see on a prison transporting wagon.
Interesting.
If this was swapped with the real deal, somebody could easily escape.
Right.
Yes, the little cage is clearly exactly as it looks, for keeping some sort of magical small creature.
What would it take? Obviously, I don't have the actual dispel magic, but I don't know how much of it is the physical object. I mean, maybe just smashing, but to disable the teleportation prevention of the little cage.
You'd have to break the cage.
Yeah.
You cannot. That cannot be dispelled. Think of it like force cage.
Yeah.
Very expensive piece of gear, but you'd have to find a very odd buyer for it. And yeah, I think in that case, having discovered this, I am just going to take you guys. Does anybody want to do anything else in this chamber specifically?
No, but I definitely explain that to them about the rigged thing and stuff.
Does anybody want to do anything specific here? Sorry.
No.
Okay, in that case, just so that we remember, I'm going to move you all to here, which means you have passed under the arch into the last area of the caverns. And we shall go to the timeless tradition of MVPs. Guys, no Boxxo, back. Josh managing to scoot across the map as I'm changing to the starting screen. Having a little scout around. I will tell you are so close to achieving your goals. That's where we are going to come to an end. We come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. Rico, you gave us a fairly excellent recap, actually, and I think you deserve a D6 for it.
Huzzah!
In addition, I'd like to give you one last bit of XP for the discovery of these chambers. I think you can probably put 3 and 9 together and get Bodlin. You would know that this Tabaxi is definitely inhabited. Whoever this Tabaxi mysterious thief is may well be using the name Bodlin and has definitely been living in these chambers for an extensive period of time. So for that knowledge, you get 250 XP.
Hey.
I haven't left you within like 10, right?
Something like that.
We need 320.
Okay, right, that's fine. That's a big number. That's absolutely appropriate. I just don't want to leave you like 5 off or anything dickheadish like that. Marvelous. Yeah, so Rico gave us a fantastic recap, which means Joe, we'll start with you for the MVPs. It's normally Jay's turn, but she's not here.
I think I enjoyed. I'll be perfectly honest. Sometimes the extensive dungeon maps can be a little much for me, but I really enjoyed this one because it, at least theoretically, lined up with the town above. There was not only a bit more of a sense of where you are, but you could use that information in some way to sort of think things through story-wise, which I enjoyed.
The creator of these maps is amazing, and I have to show off something actually very briefly. I'm just going to take you guys to another page. just so you can see. You remember there was a nighttime version of the map. Well, there is also a daytime version of the map. And on this daytime version of the map, I can't get you onto it yet because you can stick your tokens anywhere, right? I can move the maps to the back, and you can go upstairs, and then you can also go to the roof.
Oh wow, yeah.
And
Nice.
it does all correlate with the chambers underneath.
Sweet.
It's a shame they don't come with dynamic lighting, and I have to do it all myself. But really, really great purchase on Roll20. I was really very impressed with its work. So yeah, I'm glad it feels like that. It's sort of. I personally, with dungeons, prefer like these smaller maps that you can go sequentially through because as you say, there's so much sometimes that take in. But I really like these caverns, so I'm glad that you guys enjoyed them too, or at least Joe did. Josh, your MVP.
Mine's a stupid one, and it just goes to Joe asking Rheawynne what her backstory was at the beginning, where you asked us all to talk to each other, and stupid.
I like that. Jack.
It was Joe once again with a little like quip of when I was like, "Oh, Vel'zekiss, you said something nice," and Joe as Vel'zekiss was like, "Yeah, well, it wasn't intentional."
That was my top MVP for today. By the way.
That was such
yes.
Just so quick with it, man.
So Vel'zekiss, you do get a D4 for your because that was my top MVP.
Well, thank you.
And Rico.
Mine is also kind of a stupid one, but I thought it was really funny when we were sort of investigating one of the small caves, and then Jack was just like, "I think it's my sister." We're just like, "What? How'd you come to that conclusion?"
Yeah, I've got a couple of similar ones. I was meant to be New Year, New Me. I meant to go first. But anyway, a couple of little Jackisms. I really liked the discussion of whether it was Jack or Toothy that didn't know what a hammock was. That was mildly amusing. The simultaneous disappointment on 3 different people's faces when we discovered that you can't get a breakfast burrito anywhere other than where Rico lives. Potentially Joe might be able to, but certainly
Only
Jack
if I
and
leave the house.
Jack and I were furious at this, which I thought was just amusing. I also had a don't say nice stuff on purpose, but also there was a moment, Joe, when there was a long discussion as to these aristocratic clothes, and in the end you just went, "I take them." I don't have any good reason. I don't need any good reason. I just am taking them, and that's that.
Well, I was trying at length to decide whether it was better for them to not know we had discovered this stuff or not, and in the end I was just like, I can't fucking figure out exactly what they're doing, so I'm stealing.
I'm just gonna take them, exactly. I love that. I always like the things you take and the things you leave. Randomly also seeing a set of manacles. Left everything else as it was, just I want those manacles. And Josh just taking the vials of acid that he'd found in the doors as traps and despoiling the clothing strategically. I really enjoyed that at the moment.
Brilliant.
Just in case we can't find this bastard somewhere else. But yes, I'm hoping that it's all beginning to come together. There was a moment where you guys investigated D'Souza and Ashleen's problems, but never really got to Maztu because you went and did other things. And there was just 2/3 of this thief's story just got put to the wayside. So I'm very glad that you guys have come here. But yeah, hopefully next week we find a sister or a mare or some other stuff.
Well, I think the big question really for me then is whether that means now we better go back straight to Mazrea and deal with this, or whether we're going to continue heading west, because we already were telling the girl, like, we're not going back to town, we're going farther to the west and blah, 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 and I don't know if we are now.
We could have an entire episode called Go East, where instead of playing the Pet Shop Boys, we play some form of Chinese traditional music. Maybe that would be fun. But you could go back past the fortune teller, back through the, just reverse the session. I don't mind. You can also.
Hello, Pigman.
We go back there and come back.
Exactly.
But yes. Anyway, I think you guys did a great job. It was a fabulous session from you all. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
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 We shall see you somewhat soon.